Here we are, playing Marvel. Hopefully the last day of the Sorcerer Supreme challenge, but we will see how it works out. Everybody else has played their segments. They are processing on the software. And we'll see how those turn out. I just finished up Autopsy's solo adventure, the recording.
I'll write up a journal post for that.
Yeah, journal post, and then if you want to do, remember, if you guys want to do journal posts, it's worth 50 karma. If you do the recap, I will also give you 50 karma. I have made blank fillers with the basics of it, but I've not done a recap in a little while.
I'll take care of the recap for the solo adventure.
You did the Fantastic Four one, so...
Yeah, we did that one, but now I need to do the...
We're missing part one, part two, part three, and the Benny Best section. All the Sorcerer Supreme contests are missing.
Josh had a really good write-up of one of them.
Yeah, he did, and I did not copy it over. And the Enigma Force adventure that we did is also missing. So,
I just posted the link to it. Yeah, I've got Aaron's stuff for the Sorcerer Supreme all sort of typed up.
Yeah, and I've got some of the notes here, enough to fill in, I would believe, for a recap. It's just I haven't been doing it. So, maybe I will.
Has anyone else?
I don't know. Now that I'm keeping most of my notes, and I got this book of notes and these papers of notes. Right, I feel less need to do the adventure logs. And I find I lack motivation. But they're good for posterity's sake, right? I mean, even though I never throw away any of the RPG notes. I need a filing cabinet, speaking of which. If you guys could turn on your video, that would be appreciated. It makes it a lot more enjoyable for me if I can see people's faces as opposed to looking at some sort of blue circle.
Yeah, I'll turn mine on as you're not staring up at the ceiling of my kitchen.
Okay, sounds great.
I would have to crawl behind my desk to hook up mine.
So what you're saying is you need a mic and camera combination.
Well, I've tried that in the past, and then I sounded like I was a million miles away, and it never worked.
Okay.
I set far too far back from my screen, I guess.
Yeah, but
those ones like a boom mic. Alright, so anyways, maybe I'll get you one and give it to you.
If you want.
the kids speed out with the home studio set.
Oh, you know what you really should get, actually? I got it. You should get one of those USB to USB adapters. You know, where you plug in the USB adapter and then it splits off into like 3 USB adapters.
Jacob, if you've been talking at all, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Speak, Jordan?
Can't hear you.
Oh no, I'm talking.
You want to text and speak? Give him a message.
It says it's working.
Irony is sitting there telling you how they should help you be heard on the microphone. You can't hear them.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't now.
Oh, okay. Apparently something got messed up in my Discord settings. I don't know how it happened. Anyways, I said you need one of those 3-in-1 USB ports where it like USB plugs in and then it splits off into 3 USB ports and then you just plug everything in.
Yeah, I do need something like that for sure.
All right, so Jordan, you want to recap us?
Yeah, recap. On day, I want to say it was day 4, Autopsy and Aaron, guardians of their own dimension in the battle for the Sorcerer Supreme title, decide to build basically a power trap for any invaders coming from outside their dimension.
I believe that was day 5, because day 4, Mikhail Rutherford stole Aaron's power and Ankar attacked. Yeah, that was the end of day 4. I guess the beginning of day 5. So.
Okay. So day 5. Aaron spends it. Basically, he gives some of his power to his followers. He says, "Hey, you can entreat me for a portion of my power to defend yourselves. You can't use it to enslave anybody." They do that because there's some conflict with the Raven Guard, and there's a pogrom going on against magic users. And then Aaron's diverts his attention to building a device to basically trap and draw out the power of anybody from an extra dimensional space invading. And Autopsy, in the meantime, realizes that he's kind of hampered being inside of the shadow dimension because he can't really tap into his full power, but he also doesn't have a good way to get rid of the shadow dimension without destroying it and the light dimension, or giving it over to someone that he might not be able to trust.
Well, and if you destroy it, as we had talked about, the contents still have to go somewhere.
Yeah, you can't just get rid of them. And we don't want a bunch of shadow monsters invading the world.
But you are stronger when in the shadow dimension and tied to it.
And tied to it.
Yeah, well, no, just stronger when you're inside of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I mean, if you guys could come up with some sort of plan, maybe Aaron dimensional aperture and pushes somebody through into the dark dimension to fight you, it could be a good defensive strategy.
Yeah.
Or you could invade the material realm, Autopsy, and annihilate all life.
Yeah. But that kind of goes against his
moral compass,
his alignment, so he's not going to do that. But Aaron is successful in completing his power trap, but it comes with the caveat that he has to take on a weakness, and so Aaron decided to make himself weak to silver.
Him and everyone in our worlds.
All the dimensional entities.
We're all weak to silver?
Yep.
Hey, wait a minute. No one discussed this.
Well, you're in the shadow dimension.
Alright, breaking news, folks. Apparently Aaron has, anyway, so he successfully completes that. And then, in the meantime, Autopsy decides to train his creatures in the shadow dimension to make them a little bit more soldier-like. He grants them the ability to take on the form of suits of armor, and they gain more intelligence than they had, but they are also, with that also comes a little bit more free will. So we'll see what happens there. And he also sees the conflict of taking place on the Earth dimension, and sets up a way to communicate with his followers through magic mirrors, and gathers all of his followers and gives a public address. It says basically, hey.
Well, you send a message to some select followers who have then everybody gathered, because as we had talked about, your ability to actually interface with a lot of people is very limited, and you need powerful people to speak to.
Right, but he was able to say to the powers that be, hey, it's important to not persecute the magic users, and instead both of you have to work together because there's extra dimensional forces that are going to be coming after us, and if we're divided amongst ourselves, it'll be easy to conquer. And that didn't completely win over everything, but it did go a long way to creating some stability in the realm between magic and non-magic users.
Yeah, you really strengthened your side of the one that was in support of you.
Right. Yeah, and then Dr. Doom, we get an alert that there's something outside our realm coming into it. Turns out it's Dr. Doom and a power cosmic woman. What was her name, Jake?
Victorious.
They have come for a visit. They don't tell us that at first. They just kind of show up and kick in the door. And the magic power sucker goes into effect and is really successful. Doom is really impressed by it. We almost come to blows. And
you do come to blows.
Okay, it was only a couple.
Aaron shoots
I think they're all. That's true. Aaron dropped Doom's shield. Doom was also a little impressed by that. But then he says that he's not come to do battle with us, but rather to ensure that the real crazies in this competition do not become Sorcerer Supreme. And Aaron and Autopsy kind of agree with the logic of that, and Aaron decides to join Doom in invading Baron Mordo's dimension.
They pick a place at random, and it turns out it was Baron Mordo's.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Yeah, because you can't observe other people's inside other people's dimensions.
I see.
The way Jacob described it is basically he wanted me to step in at the same time as him as a leap of faith to anybody who might be on my side, who might see me as an ally as opposed to just Dr. Doom showing up in their zone.
Yeah, that way Dr. Doom doesn't have to beat up your friends.
No, that's pretty good thinking on Doom's part. So that's where we stand.
Yeah, so you guys, and the last thing that happened after you left was that they entered Baron Mordo's realm, busted down the door, and Baron Mordo has dissolved his own dimension into a massive sand cloud that is his sand golem that is the protector of his whole realm.
Okay, so he went the route of making all one giant, powerful, terrible thing.
Yep.
Pretty good strat. Who was Baron Mordo partnered with?
Some sort of sand demon.
Okay.
Sand monster. You don't know what it is.
So you guys are going to have to fight in, like, the entire dimension.
Really, Aaron just wants to defeat Baron Mordo because his companion's a nobody.
Well, his companion's the entire dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I assume if Baron Mordo gets knocked out, that he's gone.
That's also a loss. Yeah, if the wizard's dead or out of the fight, unable to continue, that's a loss.
Yeah, we've seen how that goes. So wait, if Autopsy dies, Aaron just makes it, we're still okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Alright.
But you're out of the competition.
Right. But I wasn't. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not important.
Well, I mean, if you get knocked out, it will make a big difference. Aaron will be in bad shape.
Yeah.
Be double. I will be fighting two people at all times by myself.
Yep.
Okay, so the battle begins. Baron Mordo shouts at you and says, "Who dare trespasses upon the realm of the Baron Mordo?" And Dr. Doom says, "Doom dares. You insignificant ant. And if you question the power of Doom, cry to your master, Dormammu."
And Aaron just sort of raises his hand a little bit and waves. Just me.
Okay.
And roll for initiative.
Yep.
You know how this goes.
We're just gonna base it off you versus Baron Mordo.
Okay, I have excellent white.
Good white.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you go
win.
first. 1 second. Let me go grab Dr. Doom's stats.
Okay.
This has been a super sick fight, Jake. Speed.
You think this will be a super sick fight?
No, I said this whole competition has been really fun.
Yeah, it's it's nice having a master wizard who's an integral character, because Jake's been really making use of that recently.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
Well, really, the last thing that I was super integral for, it didn't matter that I was a wizard. I just pissed off to him.
Yeah, anybody could have dropped those
true.
pamphlets.
Such a dick. Doom can get that.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
What do you want to do? So there's this massive sand twirling around you. You see Baron Mordo sitting in the center of the planet, like legs crossed, hands waving. Runes start to appear around the forms of the spell that he creates. And then there is the like remnants of the sun kind of below him as a dais for him to sit upon.
Okay, I'm rolling for 2 attacks. I get them.
Okay.
And then let me look at my spells to see if I want to try something. Nah, tried and true. Let's blast him with telekinesis.
Okay. Make a roll.
All right, that is
What
even
is-
on my monsters,
what is-
I think that's a white.
What is the telekinesis is dimensional? Or
Universal.
Universal?
Yep.
Okay. He does not attempt to dodge. That is a green on monstrous. And you shoot it forward, but the blast lunges as like a telekinetic slam. This force of magical energy, one that is to be a powerful spell by anyone's rights. But as it comes out, it seems to be little more than a paltry, insignificant speck compared to what your normal amount of force is. It is your universal spells are down -5 CS here.
I see.
Because
Okay.
so we've talked about how spell energies work, right? You want to explain for the group? This is your
Well,
test.
personal is from your own internal energy. Universal is from the universe around you. And then dimensional is everything everywhere.
Dimensionals from entities of other dimensions.
Right.
So he has somehow mastered and taken total control over the magic of this universe.
I see. Okay. Well, I will now blast him with my personal spell.
Okay, so by the way, the blast strikes against his shield, and he kind of grimaces as he continues to hold the spell, but he looks like he was struck by that blow, still not insignificantly. His force field holds though.
Okay, yeah, because I'm still hitting it fantastic down 5 ranks from spectacular.
Yeah,
I think.
that's correct.
Okay.
Did you get another green?
It didn't roll that time. Oh, I'm in supplements. Sorry. You might want. I'll delete that.
I got it. Don't worry. You roll.
Okay. Okay. That might be a yellow.
He seems unable to dodge because of the nature of this spell. So as he continues to hold you, boom, you strike him again. And this one is at full strength. How much does it do?
35.
Here's my paper. Okay, as that blow strikes against his shield, boom! It slams into it, and you see the shield crack and fall beneath the might of your magic. And he is hit hard as his robes kind of flutter backwards, but he holds the spell. Actually, you know what? We're going to make him roll Psyche to see if he can maintain his concentration. Oh. Oof. He will spend part of his karma to keep concentration. Okay, so he's got 7.
If he had an unearthly psyche, he would have been fine.
He did not. Alright, so he took 20 damage. He looks pretty badly wounded from the blow that you gave him. His mystic robes seem to have protected him somewhat, but not as good as your armor, perhaps. And he has to spend karma to maintain the spell.
And now it's Dr. Doom's turn.
The beast, the sand monster, starts to whirl. Okay. Seeing you attack its master, it swings at you, or the sand congeal, and they lunge forward at you as giant spikes.
Okie dokie.
You got this, Speedy.
Alright, is this fighting or
Fighting.
Agility? Okay, so that's an excellent. That's a great.
Okay, I got a 31. A green. The spikes lunge forward, and as they do, they strike against the side of your shield. You focus your magical energy, turn your hands and gesturing, strengthening the left side as the spike slides off of it, dealing 25 points of damage.
Gotcha.
I made a mistake. I was looking at the wrong column. So it will spend some of its karma, and is not doing great on karma now.
I'm sure it had like 10 to begin with.
You're not far. Alright, so after that, the sand coerces and swirls around you like a whirlwind, and it starts to try to push you up and crush into you.
Multiple attacks and no roll for it. Got it.
Yeah. That is a red.
Okay, that's gonna be...
Red by 1. Alright, so boom, you're whisked up in the whirlwind and smashed into. You take 50 points of damage. This is bludgeoning, so...
Gotcha. So my shield's down, but I don't take anything.
Okay, and you took no damage?
Yeah, because my armor is excellent.
Okay, but your shield's down, so make a endurance roll. Because it got a red and it's going to attempt to stun.
Alright, my endurance is remarkable.
So you need
So that's great.
You need... Okay, roll...
You might want to spend some karma on this one if you have to, Speed. Getting stunned sucks.
Oh, gotcha.
You're completely defenseless.
I don't know what it takes to not be stunned, so...
It's just, you can spend anywhere up to a red to do it because it's an intensity feat.
What does that mean? Sorry. Like, it means, like, does it matter what?
It's an intensity feat, but it's depending on your rank. So.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. But do I need a green? Because I have a green.
It depends on the difference in between your rank and their rank, and I believe you shouldn't spend any karma because I don't think you can make it because your endurance rank is low.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess you could reduce the length of the stun by having a higher rank.
Gotcha. Yeah, because so my endurance is remarkable.
And it's amazing. So there's a 5 rank difference, I believe.
Gotcha.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rank difference.
So I would have to spend 60 karma to get up to a red.
So stun rules are on page 36-ish. Plus or minus 3, then it is an automatic intensity feat. Okay, so you are stunned for, it's just an automatic 1 to 10 rounds. Roll a d10.
Okay.
Maybe.
Unless you have the martial arts that helps you. Okay, so you're, boom, as your force field goes down, it captures you inside of it, and you're just whisked up and around. Whoa, 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 whoa. You roll around helplessly as you're just like battered over and over and over.
Okay. Now, reminder, I do have the cloak, so that might actually come into play here.
Okay. Well, you can use it on your turn. It's gear, right? But it can. I think it has some degree. It's not a independent.
I mean, it has a mind of its own, right?
Not the MCU stuff, but it has some limited functions, I would say.
Okay.
Check the stats. Okay, so it goes for, at that, it shapes more of the sand and then swings at Dr. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It uses the last action to block.
There's the stats on it.
Yeah, so it just flies and is nearly indestructible.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh wait, no, that's flight, levitation, and material strength on Earthly. So, at that, Dr. Doom will go, and he looks up at you and he says to your, as you're like trying to fight, and you still can talk or whatever you want to do, but you can't cast or anything. Your concentration's broken and you're trapped of a sort.
I'm basically like winded.
Yes. He says, Aaron, your intentions were correct, though your execution may have been lacking. And he turns to Baron Mordo, and electricity starts to jump in his hands, and then he will roll for 2 attacks.
Does Doom have to roll for 2 attacks?
Yeah.
It probably depends upon what type of attacks he's doing.
They're technology attacks. He would still have to roll for 2 attacks for magic, but he would have a better shot. But he has no universal spells, really, that would be useful here. So yes, he doesn't get. Yeah, he doesn't get it with a 56.
That sucks.
Oh wait, I looked at the wrong chart. This is a ranged attack. Yeah, he still doesn't get it. And then the lightning jumps forward, and as it does, the hands solidify as the sand monster moves to block the blow and tanks the blow with ease. Though, yes, takes the blow with ease. And Doom says, "Move, foul beast, to be destroyed forever. So says Dr. Doom." And he gestures for Victorious to go kill the guy.
Excellent.
Alright, Baron Mordo is going to roll for multiple attacks. He doesn't get it, so he continues to hold his spell. He's done.
Okay, and I'm stunned. So Victorious didn't attack.
No, but it's Victorious now. So Victorious will roll for multiple attacks. Doesn't get it.
Does my shield come back up when I'm stunned?
No.
Okay.
It is +1, so uncanny. So she needs a 63. She didn't get it. So she flies into the air, charges up a blast of cosmic power, and unleashes it at Baron Mordo, who grimaces in anticipation of the blow. It shatters his force field and hits him hard. He looks to be in a bit of pain as he tries to hold on to his spell. Whatever spell this is, it must be very important. And he does. Okay, new round. Aaron, you're done. The sand monster will direct one attack at you. That is a green on his fighting.
Am I allowed to dodge at all?
Nope,
Still?
you can't do anything.
Okay, just checking.
So he got a hit. All he needs is a green. So you are hit for 50 points of damage. Okay, then he will direct two attacks. One attack at Dr. Doom and one for a block. The block is not a great block again, but Dr. Doom is assaulted as the thing continues to swing back and forth. One hand is a giant bludgeon, and these hands just kind of come out of this cloud of sand that is all surrounding the place. And they're like, "Rah!" As one comes in as like an axe. And Dr. Doom blocks, holds up his arms, and like focuses the energy on his force field out, and boom, it strikes against the force field hard, but to no effect. It survives the blow easily. Dr. Doom goes. He doesn't get two attacks. He flies past the hands, weaving between the hands of the sand monster, and then charges up his energy blast from his gauntlets and blasts them forward with an 87. That is a yellow. And the sand monster's blocking. I don't need to do that. The sand monster takes the blow. It, however, you see one of its arms go whoosh, and is blown off as the shockwave from the blaster gauntlets traverse through the dimension. And you guys, from the blows and this giant sand, you can see the dimensional boundary kind of shaking. If this fight continues on for a long time, their whole dimension might collapse.
I see.
Okay.
Exciting.
It's modestly injured from that blow, and Mordo goes. Oh my god, he still doesn't get two attacks. Okay, he holds his spell. Victorious doesn't get two attacks.
Would it not have been my turn now?
Nope, you go after Victorious goes.
Okay, gotcha, because the stun makes my turn move.
Yeah,
gotcha.
you basically lose your turn. And then she tries to shoot a blast at him, but the quicksand monster throws up a sand screen in front of her, and her aim is pushed off. She misses. Baron Mordo's force field is back up, and it's Aaron's turn. That's your second turn of stun. So after this, at the end of your turn, it's your
I've
second.
already been stunned for 2 full turns.
Nope, this is your second turn.
You've skipped me twice.
No, I only skipped you once. Because he only got attacked. He got attacked and blasted by Victorious at the end of the round after you went. That took down his force field that recovered after you did it. Then the new round began. We skipped you. Dr. Doom fired the sand monster, blew up his arm. Victorious went, failed. And then the new round began. That was the second round. It was your turn. And you lost your turn. So then that would be the end of the second round. Your force field comes up. You're freed from the sand tornado as the quicksand monster goes. Quicksand. Alright. It directs one of its... it goes after you, so it couldn't hurt you. So it directs a blast of sand particles at you, trying to blow your force field away. Roll to dodge. Aaron.
Alright, and this is fighting again?
No, agility.
Okay, hold on. I'm not taking account of my talents.
Do you have acrobatics?
I have martial arts. I have acrobatics and martial arts B, so that's +1 to each, right?
Martial arts B would be +1 to fighting for attacking and defending, if you're using fists. And then acrobatics would be +1 to dodging for ranged attacks.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure.
Yep.
Alright, so that is a 33 on... What's above? Remarkable? Yep.
Fantastic.
That is a white.
Okay, so the sand blast strikes you dead on, and your shield is hit by a blast of sand for 50 points of damage. As it shoots into you, you're sent rocketing back, and you smash into an asteroid field of loose debris from all the destroyed planets.
Cool.
Okay. Then it turns and directs an attack at Dr. Doom, though that seems to be useless. And Baron Mordo says, "You fool! Take care of his assistant first, and then we'll destroy Doom together." And Dr. Doom sees the attack coming in and blasts through some of the sand. Some of the sand strikes his force field. He's okay. Baron Mordo rolls for 2 attacks, gets him this time, and will fire... What's his best spell?
The one that makes your bones rubber. That's the OP spell.
No, wait, he can't shapeshift. He's stuck holding the spell. Okay, he will fire an Eldritch Bolt at you, Aaron. The yellow.
Alright, 58.
Pure magical energy pierces through your body for 45 points of damage.
Alright.
Are you out?
No.
Isn't your body armor only body armor?
Right, but I still had shield left after the last hit.
Okay.
So I'm down to 25 out of 80.
Okay, so you hold on as the Eldritch energy infuses into your body, aching. You shake your head and can grimace and fight on. Victorious goes. She doesn't get 2 attacks. She rushes in and decides to punch Baron more. He can't dodge. I don't. Oh wait, the sand monster used one of his attacks to block. She goes in for a punch right at Baron Mordo, and the hand of the sand monster intercepts the blow and pushes her back. Okay, Aaron, you're up.
Okay, 1 sec. Just checking. I can't stun on a spell, right?
You can stun on a spell that does bludgeoning damage, like telekinesis.
Okay. Does a shield have to be down for that to work?
Yes.
Okay. So his shield's up right now, right?
Yes, it hasn't been hit.
Okay, that's for 2 attacks. I don't get it.
But Baron Mordo has like got blood trickling from his lip and one of his nose, from one of his right nostril. He is not looking good.
Gotcha.
Oh, I always get him confused with the Baron's emo.
Okay. Yeah, so it's all the same, I guess, whether I use personal or because I think.
Well, unless you
unless
you take your dimensional spell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess. I will.
I will let you roll a psyche roll with your any magic talents that would be applicable for like your knowledge of magic first before you make this decision.
Okay. Yeah, I've got mystic background, occult lore, Atlantean lore.
Just occult and mystic background out of those 3. Atlantean lore is like specific knowledge about the intricacies of Atlantean magic or items or history.
Okay, this is off of reason, right?
No, psyche.
Psyche. Okay, so psyche, monstrous, unearthly, shift 125. Okay.
So you should have a +2.
Yep, brings me up to shift 125.
Okay. Wow.
And I still wide it.
Okay.
Spend some karma, buddy.
Oh.
Let's see. Let me look real quick.
You've got bukus of that stuff.
Yeah.
This is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I do still have 190 non-banked. And let's
get the Psycho.
Yeah, I'll bump it up to a yellow, so that is 40 karma.
Okay. So a green would have got you this, and I'll tell you at first. A green would get you. There is some weird spells being cast that limits certain dimensional entities from interfering. And then with a yellow, you can tell that Baron Mordo is blocking the Vishanti's power specifically.
I see.
He's cast barriers, which it makes sense because the Vishanti don't really like Baron Mordo, and his enemies are usually on the Vishanti side. So, even though he's here for the Sorcerer Supreme title.
Gotcha. So Moonapur it is.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to entreat Moonapur, which I have an amazing relationship with.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit him with a big jet of steam.
Okay. Make a
Make your hair go all curly, Josh.
make a roll on that a relationship.
That's a 79 on amazing.
That's a yellow.
Okay, what do you say?
Hold on, let me find the phrasing.
Something usually like by the mystic moons of Moonapur or something like that.
Yep. By the moonlit vale of Moonapur, vast haven of the meek, remove this man from the running of... grant me your power to remove Baron Mordo from the running of the Earth Dimensions universe.
You almost feel like the moon. You see in your mind the moon and Moonapur look at you, and for a second you like see a moon frown at you, like what the hell was that spell? But then there's like magical energy that surges through you, and you direct your hands outwards, and a blast of steam comes shooting forward and blasts into him for 50 points of damage. You see his force field drop instantly, and he goes as he holds on. He doesn't take any damage. But you've totally dropped your shield. Okay.
Now blast him, baby.
Seeing the attacks go on, the sand monster directs one at you, one at Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is struck straight on as the hammer comes up from underneath, shooting up. It can attack in all dimensions. And as it strikes him from underneath, he flies up, and then it, boom, smashes him back down. And then Dr. Doom shoots out like electrical magnetic energy and like that rights him and electrocutes the sand around him. Meanwhile, you are struck as the hand turns into a massive like plane and then tries to cut the whole dimension in half.
Cool.
Oh my god, I just can't roll my fighting rolls today.
Okay.
Burn karma if you got to.
You can't. Did you get a green?
So was that agility or fighting?
Fighting.
Okay.
The dimension shakes, and you can tell that it's becoming unstable. You would say you have 7 more rounds till it collapses.
Okay. Let's see. 26 on remarkable.
That's probably the white.
Yeah, I need to spend 20 to make it a white. I'll do it.
Okay.
And a green.
So you're struck. You dodge, but it hits you. You try to drop down and dodge it, but it hits you early. And you pull up your staff to block some of the blow, but it still strikes you in the side of the helmet. You're sent careening backwards but fall underneath the chop that happens. And you take 50 points of damage.
Okay.
It will use its last attack to block. Okay.
Jake, when you use your attack to block,
Yes.
you mean like he's guarding Doom or Mordo?
Yeah, so he's just going to tank the damage because I don't want to have to roll the roll. But if you actually block, you can make a fighting roll, and that determines how much you can block if you have an object to block with. Otherwise, he's using an action to just intercede and take the hit for him.
Hey, Jacob.
Yes.
Just check, and does Eldritch Crystals... Did we determine that was magic? Is that an energy attack, though?
It's a magic attack, which is different from energy.
Okay, gotcha. Because my armor has excellent physical good energy, so I was just checking if magic was...
So magic energy would be like fire or energy blasts, Dr. Doom's gauntlets. Magic bypasses body armor.
Okay, cool. I need to step away for just a sec. I'll be right back.
Alright, Dr. Doom gets 2 attacks. He fires the first one in at Baron Mordo, then a sand monster moves forward and tanks the blow. Heavily damaged by it, but still holding on. It's taken a decent amount of damage at this point, but it's still fighting on. Then Dr. Doom sees the opening, jets forward, punches through the sand, and then rushes up to Baron Mordo and says...
Does he dive kick him?
No, he grabs him by the throat and says, "Your doom is now, Mordo," and grabs him by the throat, and you see like black flames go up over his body, and then his skin sinks in and his eyes go wide and says, "Dude, what have you done?" And he shrivels up.
Sucks the life right out of him.
Yes. And moments later, for everybody else who's watching, because when you're kicked out, it turns out that the Vishanti are strangely allowing this as like some sort of a Hunger Games viewing area. The sand monster appears as a crumbling pile of sand, and the dead husk of Baron Mordo drops on the floor.
When you say like a viewing area, what do you mean? Like all of a sudden you see like a bunch of people watching?
Yeah, we see all the people who've been knocked out are able to watch the battle continue.
And Mordo is still like a dried husk, like propped up on the floor?
Yes, he's dead.
Okay.
But you guys don't know that. It's not supposed to be what happened. Everybody else who got killed, including Delilah, are there fine.
so Doom just like cheated. He is like, I'm taking out one enemy here. What a dick. Alright. I need to tell Josh that because. So what does it look like when the dimension collapses?
You guys see like a and then there's like this weird vibration that goes through the whole thing, and then it kind of there's like a instantaneous like dissipation, and then you're floating out in the nothingness. That is the interdimensional space. Dr. Doom wipes his hands. He snaps his finger, and Victoria presents him a towel, and he wipes his hands off on it.
What's her story, Victorious?
She is Dr. Doom's general. She's from Latveria, and he found her, gave her superpowers so that she could work for him, and she was a Latverian. I guess it turns out that her parents were secretly Simkarian spies. And
is that like a rival country to Doom?
Yeah, it's Simkaria, where Silver Sable's from. And
gotcha, okay.
Their neighbors are very close. Their neighbors with Latveria. But she's a Doom fangirl.
I was gonna say, is she loyal to him? Maybe we can like.
She's super
kind of work
loyal.
on him treating her like garbage, but yeah, she's loyal to him.
She's super loyal to him, and he doesn't treat her like garbage.
He just snapped his fingers and made her get him a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also gave her power cosmic.
Yeah, and she lives in a castle. As the general of an army, he's well paid and has, plenty of time off. And gets amazing health benefits, and gets to work with her idol.
That's
All right, I did stick around long enough to hear you say Baron Mordo crumpled over dead, but I left him to use the bathroom. At least he looks dead. I don't know.
No, he's dead. Like everybody appeared back outside, like they're all okay, and he's dead. So Doom cheated.
Yeah. So when everybody else has been defeated, and we've seen magic be defeated, so. In day 5, as you guys come back, you look out, and as you're leaving Baron Mordo's room, you watch some dimensions disappear. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimensions that are wiped out in day 5.
Who got knocked out?
And when they are wiped out, you get to see, the contestants get to see their final moments. So you see Magic attack her opponent and lose. She's defeated in the battle. Ankra fights Mago and Gadgeteer, and though they're both pretty badly injured, Mago seems to interrupt Ankra's spell, and she is but neither one wins over the other. Everybody gets to see Aaron and Dr. Doom take out Baron Mordo. Brother Voodoo is knocked out. Dr. Druid was knocked out already, but you guys knew that. She was knocked out by the monster. Phantasma and Red Guardian, you see them knock out Delilah and Daybreak, and then they are in turn knocked out by another pair. Brother Voodoo and Man-Thing are knocked out, and then Proteus and Atuma are also knocked out.
Okay, hold on. So Delilah's out. Baron Mordo.
Oh wait, I wrote Brother Voodoo was knocked out, but I didn't mean to do that. I meant to write Baron Mordo.
Okay. Dr. Lancaster, we haven't seen him, right?
Nope.
Mago?
He fought Ankra, but there was a draw.
But neither of them are out.
Yes.
Neither of them are out, correct?
That is
both
correct.
Of them are out?
That is correct.
Okay, Phantasma.
They're both in. She's out.
And Brother Voodoo is here. Magic.
He is still there, yes. I accidentally scratched him out when I meant to scratch out Baron Morda. Magic is out. Magic and Colossus are out.
Oh, like Magic, like the X-Men girl?
Yes.
That's cool.
She attacked Dormagus, I believe.
Oh, what? Dormagus is a good guy.
Yes.
Well, right, but they're obsessed with the competition.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They're like kids, dude. They're young.
Magic's in her mid-20s. Or later.
Morgan Le Fay.
She's still in.
Clea is still in.
You've got Aaron, Carnaxa, Clea, Mago, Dormagus, Dr. Lancaster, Dr. Doom, Morgan, and Ankron.
Right. Sorry, I've got a list of all the people already, and I'm trying to update who's out.
All right.
That's why I'm going through one by one.
I'm just gonna write the wizards.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I need. I don't know who all their partners are for the most part.
As you observe, Dr. Doom says, "Shall we?" and gestures for you to pick the next target.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like, what, 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They look uninjured, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I tell him that I'll need to check on my personal dimension after our next visit.
Okay.
Alright,
says,
so
I should check on my own as well. And then he like taps the side of his helmet and he laughs.
You know, like Doom cameras like set up all over his dimension.
Yeah. So somebody attacked his base and got beaten back by the automatic defenses.
yeah, okay. So I just point to the next one beside Baron Mordos.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll a D8 or a D9. Roll 1D9.
Okay.
Oh shoot. That should have been a D8. You rolled Dr. Doom. He looks at that one as he goes, that is our, that is the dimension of, that is the Doom dimension.
I see. Well, we can check your other neighbor then. And I point to the next one down.
Okay, roll a D8. Makes sense that you guys were so close to each other. I mean, otherwise, how would he come to you first?
Right.
Okay. You come up to another one. Doom says, "Victorious, if you would please." And she says, "Yes, my lord." And just starts cosmic energy blasting the edge of the dimension. A few moments later, there's a crack, and you are greeted by an array of magical energy blasts as a pair of magical spells hit you. And then a boulder flies at you, and you see a man wielding a sword as soon as you come through. And you realize that you have stumbled upon Clea, Carnaxa, Pangea, and Benny.
Clea, Carnaxa, Pangea, and Benny, all in the same realm?
Yes.
They're all joined up.
Okay, well,
quick. You guys got a serious army now.
I send out a mental saying, "It's Aaron, put down your weapons."
They look at you, look at Dr. Doom, hesitate, and then they go, "What are you doing here?" Carnaxa says, Clea, this is our chance. We can take out two of our rivals. And she looks at him and says, Carnaxa, that's enough. We can't fight both Aaron and Dr. Doom at the same time. We might lose the dimension in the fighting.
I look at Doom and I say,
He mutters under the breath.
These are not the threats we discussed.
I know who these are. Or Doom knows who these pathetic ants are, cowering within their burrows. And he swoops his cape and walks away. Carnaxa goes,
Alright.
Well, when I'm the Sorcerer Supreme, I'll make sure Latveria sinks into the sea. And Dr. Doom says, Doom's finely attuned audio receptors picks up the minutest of whispers, old Atlantean. Be careful with your tongue, lest Doom remove it for you. And then there's like magical energies going off.
Well, this isn't my fight, so I say, as discussed, I need to go and check on my dimension.
He says, fine, be off. And you, old one, watch your tongue, as he stomps away.
Carnax would be a link, right?
Yes. And he looks, as you're departing, he says, Doom always keeps his word, Aaron, you do well to remember that. That I have spared your master. As you guys separate.
Alright. Yeah, so does Doom try to reschedule, or is he marching on to the next one without me?
No, he's going to go back and check on his stuff. He's under the assumption that you'll come back, because you said 24 hours, so...
Okay, yeah,
he will wait for a reasonable amount of time and then attempt it on his own.
Okay, sounds good. Then, yeah, I go back to my dimension, because I really need to sort out, Autopsy.
I got an idea for that, Josh.
And Autopsy is playing with us, so I would like him to be part of it.
Okay. While you guys are doing this, there is in the other dimensions, Dormagus enters your guys' dimension, and he says, "Hey,
Yeah.
Autopsy, are you here? I can feel you, astrally, not like in a creepy way. Hello."
So is he there without me there?
Yes,
at this point?
he gets there just a little bit before you get there.
I can see him, right? But I can't really respond to him.
You can
read
hear him.
telepathically?
You can hear him.
Yeah. I don't think I can speak to him, though, right?
No.
I'll kind of like wave at him. But he's a good kid.
If you can control your dimension, can you make it like you're attempting to break out, but not fully, as sort of like to give yourself away?
Yeah, Jake, can I like push on the threads of it and he can kind of detect that?
Yeah. So you start to try to make some menacing moves.
I start doing like Morse code, like pushing on dimensional space.
He looks around. He's like, I guess he's not here. That's weird. This seems like a risky move, leaving the whole place empty.
Well, he was still summoned.
He can't be summoned for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like 10 minutes tops or what?
I mean, in the real world, it's probably like an hour, but it's been a little while. I think you got travel time in there.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure how long the traveling between dimensions took.
Long enough that you can't do a bunch of attacks in one day.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Okay. And he, you could always try to get them to summon you again, but he looks around again. He's like, I guess they're not here, and he starts to fly back. He flies back out. Aaron, roll intuition.
That is That's a green.
Okay, you notice someone flying away from your dimension as you approach.
I reach out telepathically.
What do you say?
Did you enjoy your stay in my dimension?
He says, oh, hey, who's this? It's you, Aaron. Where are you? And he looks around.
I ping him my location, sort of, as I'm flying back.
And you recognize it as Dormagus. He says, oh, good. Wong and I have been looking for others. I think I saw a dimension that had a big fight in it going on, so I avoided that one. But we have met up with Brother Voodoo. Are you interested in joining us?
Well, as of now, I need to tend to my universe. There's something that I need to account for, but then I've agreed to help Doom wipe out some of the more undesirable candidates.
I don't know about that. You really want to team up with Dr. Doom? Maybe we should just let him go by himself and maybe he'll get knocked out. He's probably the most dangerous person here.
We did take out Baron Mordo just recently.
He nods, and then he looks down, and he goes, what's going on? And then he looks at you and he goes, oh, and then he's gone.
Oh, did his realm get destroyed? Do we get an announcement that he's out?
Yeah, you see Brother Voodoo there with Wong, and then there is a fight between him and Dr. Lancaster. And Dr. Lancaster fights pretty equally. Maybe he's getting a bit of an advantage over Brother Voodoo, but is able to grasp something from the core of the dimension and destroy it.
Sorry, I missed the tail end of that. Charlotte just got home.
He grabbed something magically. He grabbed something out of the center of the dimension and crushed it. Figuratively crushed it. Magically destroyed it, causing the dimension to collapse while he was still fighting Brother Voodoo.
I see. Okay.
And Wong. So, it was, but Brother Voodoo escapes back to his dimension.
Okay, so my first order of business is to, one sec. Charlotte's talking. Give me a second.
Jake, I was telling Speed, this has been a really fun series of adventures.
How's it?
Okay.
Good.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, so yeah, I mean, first order of business, I need to get Autopsy out of that dimension because he really can't do much in there. I'll listen to your ideas, Jordan, but my idea is essentially we just turn over the dark dimension to one of your little demons, and it's not like they can break out of their own power, or they would have in all of the dimensions, right? And it's not like the dark dimension in the Earth realm is, it's just a normal dark dimension. Like, I assume a brainless monster is there too.
Yeah, but if I give the brainless monster control of it, the brainless monster is going to, try and get out. And if a rogue wizard tries, or a rogue one of my people tries to let it out, because I could see them trying to do that, it's just going to destroy Earth.
They still wouldn't be as powerful as you, though.
No, that's true.
Because they're going to be like any of the other gods in any of the other dimensions here. But think about it, there's a hell dimension. The big demon can't break free on its own.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Well, you guys have also set up a large number of people who are trying to keep that demon in check from escaping. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because what my thought was, Josh, is anybody that comes into, if we could set up some kind of like portal trap, anybody that comes into our dimension gets sucked into mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like that's like they step through the gate and then boom, they're teleported to mine. That kind of stuff happens in Marvel all the time. You know, you set across the threshold and then you get teleported to Dracula's castle or to hell or something. And that way they could get trapped in my dimension and I can be in my big throne chair, you know, kind of thing and be like, welcome to my neighborhood.
You have +2s across the board there, and then because of the rules I've put in, everyone would have -2, so it would be.
He has a +1 into everything, and then an additional +2 to his shadow powers.
Okay, so you'll get +3 to all your shadow powers, and your +1 across the board stronger. So it would be a 3 swing, sometimes a 5 swing.
Yeah,
and that +1 applies to your powers, so like Iron Will.
Yeah. And so then you're right. People would be at a minus there as well. So.
And Evie has the bonus as well.
She does.
Yeah.
But you said that she didn't work.
Well, she's not a super. She doesn't have the internet.
She doesn't work. Did I say she didn't work at all?
No, you said that she could like talk to me.
Yeah. She can shoot radio waves. That's her only power. And she's smart.
Okay.
Yeah, she can still run calculations, but
maybe she could help you. Maybe then she could help you with like the dimensional algorithm for setting up the portal to trap someone. And Jake, does that sound like a feasible plan?
She wouldn't be much help. It's magic.
Not Evie then, but like as far as us making a trap to suck people to me.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do that.
All right. Well then, Aaron will.
And Tim, am I able
you gotta make a reason roll.
Okay. My
Aaron.
shadow powers would factor in, right?
You don't. It would be a trap to send them to you, so you don't really have any influence on this.
I can't do anything from my end to make like the shadows like.
No, but you could set up. You could set up things in your own dimension if you want.
All right, then I'm gonna set up basically like someone gets pulled in and then they get bound down.
Okay, like shadow chains. Okay, roll it. And we'll say if you get a green, it's -1 of your rank, your adjusted rank. If you get a yellow, it's your rank, and if it's a red, no. If you get a green, it's -1 of your rank. If you get a yellow, it's +1 of your rank. If you get a red, no. If you get a white, it's a -1 of your rank. If you get a green, it's your rank. If you get a yellow, it's a +2 of your rank. And if you get a red, it's +3.
Okay. And I'm rolling at monsters for this. No, you said it's +2 over my rank, right?
What is your what's your shadow power? Normal.
Non-modified, it's an amazing.
Okay, so then it would be
spectacular, right?
Monstrous. Yeah.
Monstrous, okay. Nice. 63, that's a yellow.
Okay, so I went -1, +1, +2, +3. So that is shift 125 chains.
Okay.
Okay, and now I need to set up the trap. You said it's a reason roll?
We'll say that their grabbing powers are shift 125, and their material strength is your power rank.
Okay.
So monstrous. Yep, you make a roll, Aaron. It's a reason roll.
Okay, and I'm allowed to use karma on this? Do I have to declare it up front?
You can use karma. You don't have to declare up front anymore. We're done with that. For anything.
Okay. So 75 on... I assume I get a bonus for...
the occult lore and your mystic background.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a yellow. I kind of want to burn 20 karma to make it a red.
If you burn it, I'll tell you what the effect will be here. If you make it a red, it'll be done significantly faster. If you make it a yellow, you can do it. It won't take horribly long, but it'll take a while. Hours. If you get a green, it's not. It can be done in maybe a whole day.
Okay, so it's not going to take up my whole day at yellow.
No, but we'll roll to see how long it takes.
Don't forget, you've got Doom who's out there meddling.
Well, yeah, Doom and I have basically agreed to meet back up in 24 hours.
No.
Okay.
You're done. Your alliance is over at the end of day 6.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what you wanted.
Okay, right. Okay, the alliance.
So if you spend the 20 karma and that allows you to finish it in like a few minutes, then you still have another day to go with Doom and smash stuff up.
Right. By the way, do I heal at all?
Depends on how long you spend on this.
I'll bump it up to a red.
Okay.
I know I've spent a lot of karma today, but...
Hey, it's your karma. It's there for
That's the day to do it, dude. You're about to become the Sorcerer Supreme.
I'm not crossing my fingers yet.
I don't know if you'd want to be the Sorcerer Supreme, though, to be honest. It's a sucky job.
I don't think Aaron would mind, and who knows, maybe I might play him for a little while. I might switch characters for a little while, because I've been playing one. I mean, Autopsy's been around forever, but so is Aaron. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna spend 20 karma, so it's a red.
Nice. Okay, roll a d4. That's how many hours it'll take. If you kept it yellow, it would be in a d10.
So it takes 3 hours.
3 hours. Do you want to break longer?
How many hours are left in the day?
I would say you guys are on day 6, right?
Yeah.
So probably 12. 12
I'd take
to
another
14.
3 hours to meet and get your health back. You recover your endurance rank and health in an hour.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. So endurance. So if I rest for 2-3 hours on full health.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave after that 3rd hour. So 15 hours of the day have passed.
Okay. Sounds good. While you are resting, nobody else is defeated. Yep, where you're going to go out and meet up with Dr. Doom?
Yeah.
And Jake, I'm going to train my shadow
Actually,
monsters while I was doing that.
Actually, while you are gone, nobody else is defeated. So, Autopsy, do you want to stay here?
Yep, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to monitor things on Earth, make sure everything's going okay.
The war is still ongoing. It's now pushing into its 14th year. So this is.
Is it like a Cold War kind of thing, or is it like an open war?
It's open war. So it's industrial scales, right? So it's not like totally.
I mean,
like war kind of stuff,
I
right?
hate to say this, but war is almost healthy for a society at that stage. That way, there's not
Well,
one.
the scale of it is obviously much less. That's true.
The scale is much less, but the scope of the war is the whole world. So, because of magic, it's pretty bad down there. Pretty bad up there, I guess.
Who seems to be the real agitators?
The bad mages, the good mages, the Raven Guard, and the Shadow Guard, who's the defectors.
The ones who are like, we have to kill mages?
No, they're the new ones. The ones that believe that they even have inducted some mages into the group. The Raven Guard's the old guard.
Oh, the Raven Guard are the guys who were persecuting the wizards.
Yeah, but you told them to.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I told
did.
them
You
to,
said we got to keep them in balance. We can't let them get too big because they took over the whole world. Remember? And they were
I did say that. Doesn't mean I told them to persecute them.
Well, they were the losers, so they were they were basically terrorists the whole time.
Yeah.
So and they've been spending like 50 years now in open warfare with the mages. Because it's been class-based society, like mages dominate almost everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Until recently, now it's all just a mess. So.
I guess I keep up contact with both the Shadow Mages and the Raven Guard, the Shadow Guard and the Raven Guard. I'm not gonna like favor any one particular society, but I do advocate that both of them, like, hey, you guys are gonna need to stop squabbling here pretty soon, because as soon as an outside threat comes, your neighbor is your neighbor, and you're gonna have to work with them.
Yeah, your prophets, I guess, relay your message.
Yeah.
They have a high rank in your societies, though, at this point.
Right.
And
what I'm really looking for is
the message is passed on. But it seems as though it's a bit. I mean, people are starting to question the divines.
We're reaching the age of enlightenment here.
Well, Aaron's been absent for 50 years now.
It's true.
Well, no, he clearly had power. He clearly gave his powers to the people, the mages. But then he
right. I'm saying he's been absent for a time now.
Yeah, now he's been totally absent now for probably 15 years.
Yeah.
All right. Jake, I asked my both the Raven and the Shadow Guard. Well, are they willing to work with each other, or do they completely hate each other?
They hate each other maybe more than they hate mages.
Okay. Then I'm gonna appear to the Shadow Guard because I like their more moderate stance. I'm gonna appear to them. I'm gonna be like, listen, guys, we're gonna have a big ritual here. You guys are gonna let me out, and I'm gonna make a public address to the world. Coming. Need you guys to.
They can't let you out.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't.
They can summon you.
You have to have one of Aaron's apprentices summon you.
Are they the only ones that have the ability to do that?
Yeah, only magic users can summon you.
But you said there were magic users in the Shadow Guard.
They're not good. It requires a master, right? Like an incredible, super powerful guy.
I see. Okay.
I mean, they are good for these people, right?
Then I asked the Shadow Guard to get a message to the mages, because I don't know if I have the ability to communicate directly with the mages, do I?
I mean, all of your messages are, like we said before, passed along through intermediaries who are like powerful members in your organization.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
yeah. So I asked them to send a message to the mages and to summon me. I got a public address to make here.
Okay. Here is the situation for your planet. A few more countries have broken away.
Close to. Oh, there we go. Is like the teal color? Is that the mages?
The Argasian theocracy is the one that used to be the whole world, the worldwide super government. Where is the...
And then there's like the pink, is that like the old guard, the rage guard?
No, your guys were not direct, you set them up to not be in direct control.
That's right, I did.
They,
I just wasn't sure if that was the land where they had a lot of influence.
They sort of shadow control some places.
Yeah, good.
Or they just have a powerful, like, clergy-like monastic orders, like crusader orders almost.
Templars?
Yeah.
Cool.
Shadow Templars.
Oh, let's put that in the wrong one. Man, where did I save this?
What are you posting?
I'm trying to send you guys this file in case you want it. Alright, there you go.
Okay.
So, you go out. Aaron, he is making a call to be summoned as you're about to leave.
I say, yeah, Aaron, I'm just going to give a little of a public address. I know you didn't like meddling in the affairs down there, so I'll keep it simple and straightforward, but I'm just getting tired of them killing each other over something stupid.
I say welcome to humanity.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Aaron, you go out and meet up with Dr. Doom.
Yep.
It's towards the end of the 6th day, and he roll a d6.
We gotta take Ankara and Dr. Lancaster, I think, are our last true foes other than Doom.
Yeah, Doom doesn't like the alien either. Phantasma.
She's already knocked out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Dr.
Cool.
Doom says, Aaron, you've taken your sweet time. Doom has better things to do than wait on you. We could have destroyed all of our opponents by now. Yeah. Our alliance could have destroyed all of our opponents by now.
We can extend it until we're done with Dr. Lancaster and Ankara.
Doom has scouted the dimensions. Follow me. I believe this to be Dr. Lancaster's. Alright, so as he moves forward, you find that you arrive in front of Dr. Lancaster's realm, and there is a crack in it, as if it has been badly damaged very recently.
Alright. Well.
He looks at you, and then he raises his blaster gun and shoots a hole through it. As you two go inside, you see Ankara in there battling furiously against Dr. Lancaster and his giant steel colossus. And Dr. Lancaster says, "I'll see you killed, you traitor! You think you can come to me? I've already made a deal with Yardak-Tul, the Radio Lord. I shall claim the Earth dimension, and he shall claim the power. It shall claim the powers of the Vishanti." And Ankara says, "Gosh, God, everything's not going my way. This is ridiculous. Why are all these people so unwilling to team up with me?" As she blasts magic back at him.
I'll handle.
I suppose I deserve it for all the things I did. But that doesn't mean anything. I could have changed.
The old refrain.
So, I look at Doom. Do we let them finish each other off, or do we jump right in?
Who do you wish to destroy?
I'll take. Then I point towards Dr. Lancaster.
Okay, so you two swoop in the middle of their fight, both somewhat beaten up. He tells Victorious to go take out the Guardian, and the three of you dogpile them.
Alright, are we rolling initiative, or are we getting the surprise hit?
Roll initiative.
Alright, 63 is it's a green on excellent.
Where's the superhero music? There it is. Actually, you know what? You guys don't need to roll because you're attacking in the middle of a fight. You can just start making your jacks.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for 2. I don't get 2.
Autopsy, I need you to roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative?
Yep.
Cool.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Actually, I need you to roll an intuition roll first.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
I say, I was gonna ask, do you want me to roll my attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hit him with telekinesis, but not telekinephews.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
I can't believe we've been playing this for that long and we haven't heard that joke.
I think I get 5 karma for a good joke, isn't that right?
Yeah, that used to be the rule.
Yeah, it's remind me at the end.
Jake, how much karma do I have now?
What do you mean?
How much karma do I have now?
You have whatever you have. Don't worry about it if you've got karma.
I used all of it I used all of it in my fight against. Well, I had 10 of it left.
Well,
in my fight against everybody.
You got 10.
That's right, because you didn't award any, right? After the fight against everybody, right?
I think we had said you were going to save the karma, right? And you take it all at the end?
I think so.
I can go look if you want the karma. Actually, no, it makes more sense for you to get all that at the end. So you got 10 karma or whatever you got.
Alright.
Okay. Late in the day, a couple hours after Aaron leaves, towards the end of day 5, Morgan Le Fay and Mordred enter the realm. But you need to roll intuition. What was the intuition? Oh, it was a 20.
Yes, it's a 20 on, and I have it boosted, right, by 1. So I'll spend the 10 karma and I'll make it a green, so I know that they're coming.
You knew they were going to come in anyways. Your green doesn't get you anything. So I'll let you keep your 10 karma.
Thanks.
It could be the difference between life and death later. Alright, you are blasting at Dr. Lancaster, correct?
Yes. And that's yellow.
Dr. Lancaster. $60.87. Okay.
Can I see the center of his universe?
He has a pretty normal looking planet, set of planets and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, but like, because you said we saw somebody reach in and like squish something, right?
Yeah, you saw Dr. Lancaster destroy Dormagus's planet by magically creating like a hole in his dimension and crushing something within that you couldn't see. Or blasting it, really. Okay, so he gets 100. He sees you coming and he says, Aaron! 2 people I hate the most in this world. And he parries the blast of Ankra and then turns to you and a giant blast of mystic energy shoots forward and strikes you for 70. Second attack?
Alright. I got a 6 for 2 attacks, or an 8 for 2 attacks.
Okay, you notice his shield seems to be down. So it'd be from Ankar's attack. She looks over, laughs at you as you go, ugh, and says, oh, Aaron, you're always so good for a good laugh. She attacks at, hey, Jimmy. She attacks at Dr. Lancaster.
Cool. Yeah, please take him out.
That's a good blast on him. Strikes him hard. He falls backwards, but still on his feet. Dr. Doom rolls for multiple attacks, gets them, flies up, and then lightning bolt and energy blast at her. She looks up and she's, no! Get out of here, you robot thing! And as she gets boom blasted with a blade of blasters and then electrocuted, she goes and explodes into a bunch of sand and reforms, panting, holding herself up barely. She says, I should have
Whale on her. Hit her again.
Alright. Victorious is battling against the Colossus. She does not look to be doing that great. Dr. Lancaster then a series of spokes rips out of the space behind him, and he begins to turn, and he spins the spokes.
Okay.
He's reversing the wheel of time. You need to stop him.
Okay. He will. Cast at you, Aaron. His greatest archenemy.
Jimmy, can I get your rolls from yesterday?
Yes.
What was that, Jordan?
So the arch enemy that just figured out who he is like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
After 10 years of playing the game.
He casts a spell, and an aura of magic wraps around him. And then another spell is cast, and you see a large number of like asteroids coming flying towards you. And actually, it's just like a field of asteroids that blast forward at powerful speeds.
Okay.
Dodge.
So what?
It's an area attack.
Oh, okay. So just dodge in general.
Yeah, you and Ancroft dodge.
All right. That is a yellow. No, not a yellow. That's a green.
All right, a green. You take 45 damage, and Kra moves rapidly, but it is still caught and blasted. Chunks of her are blown away, and she pulls herself back together, willing her sand form to reform. She looks back like she intends to make a run for it.
Get her.
Okay, go.
Alright, rolling for 2. Man, I'm just not getting it. Alright, well, I'm gonna drop ranks, because I know that Lancaster's shield's pretty tough, and it's back up. I just can't remember how tough.
Or take out Ancroft. Hit a shot into her. Then you take out one of your competition.
Dr. Doom's fighting Ankra.
Alright.
And I think Dr. Doom goes before her.
Yeah, it goes Dr. Lancaster, Dr. Doom, Ancroft. And then Dr. Lancaster again.
Yeah, so...
Because he's possessed by a demon lord. So.
You get like second turn abilities.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop the full 6 ranks.
Okay.
So that means my psyche's at incredible to hit, and I'm doing shift 125.
Okay. Roll.
65, that is a yellow.
66 is a green on his agility, so he sees you coming, he casts to reinforce his shield, but it's not enough. As your boom, the full might of your telekinesis slams through, shattering his shield, hitting him in the chest. He spits up a bunch of blood, goes flying backwards, and he is, more than double his health and under his endurance. So he goes down. You see a hole punch through his chest. You killed him. Normally that would be total karma. No, I'm just kidding. But you do punch a hole through his chest. He would be dead normally. But Vishanti whisked him away. He appears in there, and the spokes that were around him are gone, and the Colossus disappears. Ankral looks around as Dr. Doom and Victorious and you are all floating there. And she smiles and says, "Would you like to team up?"
Hard pass.
Not today.
Doom says, "I have already shown my largesse to one inferior."
Rude.
And he shoots a hole through her face, and she disintegrates.
All right. Oh, I mean.
And there you go. They're out. You got
nice, dude.
So if you had rolled a 4, 5, or 6, you would have shown up at Inkrah's dimension and fought the Hulk by himself.
I see. But we fought them both.
Yes. Because they had the plan. Inkrah wanted to try to team up. Okay.
How much time is left in day 6?
Almost none by the time you get back. So we will. It is all on autopsy. Autopsy. You ready?
Yeah, baby.
Okay. So they enter in, and there is instantly a magical barrier that goes up. I need you to roll for Aaron's trap. Aaron, roll your autopsy. Roll for Aaron, and Aaron, it'll be on your psyche.
Wait, I have to roll for Aaron?
Yeah, because he's not here, so you're gonna roll for him.
I'm gonna roll for him. Okay. That's a 25, a green.
Okay, make a second roll.
$74.
That one's a yellow.
Okay, 80. Alright, so the first one, you see Morgan Le Fay, almost as if she knew what was coming, throw up a force field that, and entrap the summoning circle around it.
Yeah.
Mordred tries to do the same thing, but his magical skill is not good enough, and he is sucked through despite his awareness. She sighs, rolls her eyes, and starts to prepare a spell. Mordred falls down before you, and he looks at you, and he says, "Autopsy, you're correct."
One and only, baby.
He smiles at you and he says, "I suppose I'll at least kill you," as he tries to struggle against the chains but can't move.
You can try. And I'm gonna, since he's pinned there, I'm gonna drop ranks and Jake, literally just beat him to a pulp.
With a punch?
Yeah. And I gotta sick my whole army on him. I'm thinking video game style, right?
Oh yeah, you tell everybody just get him.
Piled on him.
Okay.
Yeah, it just
What was your intuition roll for your initiative? Oh, you didn't make one.
Was that what I was rolling for?
No, I need you to make I need you to make an initiative roll.
Okay, hold on.
Oof.
That's yellow for me.
98. Going good. Which is a yellow, so you beat him.
Okay.
Okay, make your attack.
Can't dodge, right?
Yeah. He's wearing armor.
I'm just gonna...
Okay. And he does have a force field around him.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do the thing where I punch and get get the damage reflected back onto me. I remember that.
You need to make an attack roll still to hit. You just need a green.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so second attack.
That's yellow. Yep. I'm going for maximum damage on this guy. That's a yellow.
Okay, and
I want to knock him out as fast as possible.
make a roll for your minions.
All right. Do they go off of my shadow powers?
No, they're going to be off of incredible.
Okay. That's a white for them.
Okay, so they rush forward first and they launch onto him. They do a little bit of damage to his shield, but not much. I will subtract some damage when you hit it. So make your first. How much is your first attack damage? How much do your attacks do?
They do. I'm sure they do monstrous normally, and so if I drop.
Why would they do monstrous normally?
Because I'm at 70. And I'm boosted 1 CS.
Oh yes. Okay.
So they do monsters, and then if I drop ranks, I'm hitting like 125 or 150.
You
drop 6 right here at 1.
Should have dropped ranks before you made your rolls.
He did.
I told you that.
Oh, my bad. How many ranks did you want to drop?
All of them. He said he was going to win.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Right?
My bad. So 6 ranks would give you plus 3 CS.
Shift 150.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't have a shift 150 force field.
Unearthly 125, 150. Yeah, 150. So the first punch strikes him, shattering the force field and doing a massive amount of damage. He looks up at you, and he growls angrily. He tries to move. He seems to be holding something in his hands, something black. And you're like, you're not going to get the chance to do this. And boom, you strike him again. Boom, a powerful punch strikes him straight in the face. And he is KO'd.
Nice.
And badly, he disappears.
What is it? Does he drop whatever he had in his hand?
Actually, wait a minute. Wait, let me think about that. Well, let's see. 150 minus.
Don't forget his shield's negative 2 CS too.
Yeah, he's also.
Oh yes.
2 CS.
Yes, the magic's minus 2 CS. Okay, so yeah, never mind. He is way under. So yes, he is out. He's gone, automatically gone. He can't make a villainous recovery. Nothing just stays with him. You sense that the Earth planet explodes.
It explodes.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh man. All right. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing.
This committed genocide. Jake, is it possible for me, pouring all of my strength and my abilities now that the Earth dimension is gone, to like tear through
Yes.
the shadow dimension into it? All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna do
it'll
that.
take. I want you to make a roll, and that'll determine how long it takes to get through.
Do you want me to roll like a anything
strength
other than a
roll.
D100?
Strength.
All right.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Okay.
Whoa.
So you're like, I don't know what your righteous fury is, but you go.
That's exactly what it is. I feel it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I feel a great disturbance in the force. A million voices cried out in terror, and now nothing. And I'm like, that's not going to stand.
Yep. And as you do, you punch through, and it's like that American Chavez kind of punch, which is like the coolest thing about her. That's she was pretty good in the Doctor Strange movie, but whatever. Anyway, so there's a punch in, and then the comic cracks and the panel changes, and as you bust through, you see Morgan weaving this massive spell, and you can see the magic forming in the very dimension as she is about to implode it from the inside out.
I'm like, hey lady, it's rude to come into people's homes uninvited. And then I'm just gonna like dive on her.
She looks over at you, and
As
says,
I rush, I also command all of my creatures to just like spill out.
She says, I would have expected I would have longer. And your demons just boom emerge out, and I need you to roll a intuition roll.
Okay. I'll spend karma on this one if I can to bump it to a green if I have to. And I have to, because that's a 21.
What's your intuition?
Uncanny right now.
You're not in the shadow dimension anymore.
Well, but remember, the shadow dimension has become all of the dimension because it just.
Oh yeah,
out.
true. You just merged it all together. Yeah. So 31 is a green for you.
All right. I have no karma.
Okay. You rush forward and throw a punch at her.
All right. That's a 65 on.
She's like raises her hands like she doesn't want to get. She raises her hands and casts a force field, and she backs away. You can immediately tell she has no combat training, and you throw a punch and it cracks under the shield, and then you drill her straight in the chest, and she flies away and passes out.
Nice.
Now you've got to figure off.
Roll reason.
I ducked off my hands.
Roll reason.
And then
autopsy.
Okay. Oh. It's a white.
Yeah. So you looking around and you see save the day.
I look at the remnants of my world and I'm sorry. A great sorrow fills over me. So much loss. For what?
Roll an additional intuition now.
Okay. Does detective help me?
No.
For noticing details?
Nope.
Alright. There we go. Green.
You see on your planet, floating there is some sort of there is a metal robotic Hulk flying around the remnants of your planet. Small, like the rest of these people.
Interesting. A robotic Hulk, huh?
Yes, HAWK, Hulk.
Wait, not like Green Hulk, because that's HULK.
Like the Doctor Doom one?
Yeah, I'll reach down. Pick it up. Be like, what is this?
Okay. Roll a reason roll.
Oh, you said hawk.
Hawk.
A metal hawk.
Hawk.
See, you do what Rachel does, where you add an L at the end of the W. It's like a Philly thing. It's a dialect up here. It's really interesting. So a shiny metal hawk. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like Dr. Doom's.
Roll reason.
Spybird. All right. Yeah, there we go. Yellow.
Okay. You notice there's something very wrong with this whole scenario. And you can feel that the whole dimension is kind of weakening around you. The magical energy getting thin, and you sense a power swell up nearby, and your power drops. And your guys are just looking at you like nothing's going wrong. They're like, yeah, we're out. Woo!
Can I crush the hawk?
Okay, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm like, he's spying on me. Hey guys, spread out. Doom's got something here that's draining our powers.
As you move out, you kind of are like really focused on something, and you reach forward, and then like you're good, but you're like really noticing. You're noticing there's like a weird shine to a section of the space, and as you touch it, it disappears, and you see Morgan Le Fay go like this, and she gestures down as the beams of energy strike into the middle of your dimension.
Can I like dive to intercept it?
Yep. She looks over at you and she says, "You figured out my illusion much quicker than I expected."
That's right, lady.
Okay, roll.
Been a New York cop.
Roll agility.
Get her! And I yelled at like my army to dive on her. Yellow, 69.
Okay, as you shoot forward, you get in the way of the blast, and your army makes their way through, and you get underneath of it, and you go, and you punch up at the blast. You get blasted for 150 points of damage, but you intercept it, and kind of deflect most of it out to the things, and you're like, yeah, and then your army jumps on her, she blasts most of them away, you rush over, deck her again, and she goes down again, and then, but right before she goes, she like spins her hand, and then it goes, and you guys, you're back to where you entered the illusion. Roll again, another agility roll.
Oh, I see, so she's reversing time.
Well, she cast an illusion on you the first time.
Right, now she's trying to tamper with time. Wait a minute, how is she doing universal magic? Oh wait, because he had a spell to block it. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a yellow.
Okay, she sends you back in time as the exact same thing happens again.
Alright, we're gonna do Doctor Strange and Dormammu, but only the thing that Dormammu got patient quit. I never quit. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try, and as she's doing that, I'm going to try and create like a shadow creature to sneak up behind her. Since this is a shadow dimension, I'm at now, I imagine that like they get some bonus to stealth, and I want them to like sneak up behind her and like grab her.
Yeah, there's not really enough time for you to do anything other than to block it right now.
Okay. Now, just a question: is she -2 CS on all of her stuff? Jacob?
No, not anymore. Your spell got dissolved. That's what I was describing to him.
Yeah. All right.
She had a while where he was trapped in the illusion. Okay, and this time you punch through it again, blast, really take the 150 away this time, and then you rush at her as she tries to do it, and then grasps her hand as she looks at you. Damn it. Make an attack roll.
Alright, give me a sec. That's a white.
Okay, you fly at her, and she like rolls off to the side clumsily, and looks down like, so unbecoming. What is this? I thought we were in a duel of mages, not a barroom brawl. And you have a second. You have a second attack, right?
Yeah, that's a yellow.
Okay. She pulls up her arms and like reinforces her field as much as she can, and it holds against the blow. You're doing 90, right?
Yeah.
But it looks badly damaged. Your minions rush in. Roll for them.
And Jake, this next turn, because I know this is super critical, if we don't take her out, I want to do my adrenaline rush to like try and overpower her. That's I think that's a yellow for incredible, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
She is hit hard as her magical field barely stands, but it stands. It falls, and the minions dogpile her, and then she blasts them away, but she looks really badly injured from the fighting. And then she will make you roll an intuition roll.
Oh, come on. Using her sorceress abilities. Yellow. Well, now, Jake, is this...
I didn't need to. I shouldn't have rolled. You should have just made a roll. Intuition, this is emotions.
So I think Iron Will would apply to this, correct?
No, Iron Will applies to mental takeovers, mind control stuff. motion, manipulations, intuition. Iron will replaces your psyche.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's still a yellow.
So she looks at you and she said, and like suddenly appears next to you, drapes one of her arms over you. She's an incredibly beautiful woman, and she whispers into your ears, "We don't really have to fight, you know, and you could help me." And you shake your head. You kind of stand there for a second, shake your head, and realize that it's an illusion on your shoulder. Brush it away, and you see her darting for the edge of the force field.
Yeah, I'm gonna true flight towards her, which is now shift 125, and I'm gonna like power slam, and I'm gonna use my my adrenaline rush.
You don't need the adrenaline rush. This is you clearly have this person on their back feet. They're running.
Yeah, I know, but it's super cool, right? I want it to be like the anime, like the vein is like popping his head, and he's like, "No, you don't."
Oh yeah, you're pretty angry. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then that's another yellow.
Okay.
The hitter. Probably the most amount of damage I've ever done in my career, right here.
So what does adrenaline rush do?
It gives you a +1 to your strength
for 1d10 rounds.
It's a perk, a quirk. I mean, or whatever it was. That is a green. So she looks back, throws up the force field again, and you do how much? 125.
125, yeah.
And you boom, slam into it, bashing through the force field and striking her in the chest. She flies backwards, hits the wall of the boundary of the force field, and slumps unconscious. As Aaron, you open the boundary between your world and the outer world.
As Aaron comes in, I'll like grab her body and be like, "Hey, honey."
She disappears.
Oh, all right. I had a whole bit, but whatever. That's cool.
Right. She disappears like everyone disappears, right?
Yep.
For real. Okay. All right. I come in and what do I see?
So I'll say, well, yeah, how do you like the place? Redecorated.
As you say that, you see Dr. Doom attack Mago and Gadgeteer and wipe them out.
Oh, shoot.
As the day 7 clock begins.
So, who's left?
Dr. Doom, Brother Voodoo, Clea Carnaxa, and you.
Clea and Carnaxa. Okay.
Well, Aaron, if we take out Doom, I'm happy with whoever wins.
So the realm the Earth being destroyed was real.
Yes.
And
she did that to hopefully give her enough time to destroy your dimension before Autopsy could get here. And that didn't work.
I see. The dark dimension is now basically permeating throughout the rest of the realm.
Yep.
But now our +2 is permanently gone.
Yep. And you still have your weakness.
Okay. All right. Which nobody knows about except for me. I didn't even tell Autopsy about it.
No.
Yes, I mean, another wizard, if they had somebody in here, could study it and figure it out fairly easily.
Can I speak to Ileana telepathically?
Yeah.
I reach out and I ask her if she wants her realm to be mixed with the rest of the realm.
She goes, I mean, are you sure you want all of these lovable, bouncy little cubes? Aren't you a cutie? And you hear squeak, 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 like somebody's rubbing on the side of a bathtub or something. Like, and in your realm?
So I sort of offer her lordship over, if I combine it, the entire realm, so that Autopsy is free from the shadow prison.
She says, no thanks, I don't want to be a shadow monster. Though it looks, it's not a bad look for Autopsy. No offense if he's there with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Autopsy to be able to come out with me, but
he could come out. Right?
He can leave the actual dimension.
Yeah, because he's the material realm got fused with the dark dimension realm, so.
Okay, so he's no longer bound.
He's not really he's like the material realm got eaten. The material realm is now the dark dimension realm. Okay. He's the main realm ruler.
Yeah.
So
the biggest the villain really cleaned up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there like something in the center of my universe that needs protected specifically?
You don't know.
Okay, I go and investigate that.
Okay, you know what to do. Make the roll. While that is going on, Benny.
Hey!
This is the perfect time to talk to you. Things have gotten crazy as people started fighting. Dr. Doom and Aaron cleaned house. They attacked Dr. Lancaster and Ankara while they were fighting each other. Took them both out. Yeah. Dr. Doom and Aaron killed Baron Mordo. Dr. Doom sucked the life out of him, permanently killing him. Even when he went to the viewing area, he was still dead. Dr. Doom couldn't get his hands on Dr. Lancaster and Ankara. Dormagus and Wong are out. Dr. Lancaster's out. Baron Mordo's out. Magic's out. Morgan Le Fay's out. Ankara's out. Dr. Druid's out. Phantasma's out. Proteus is out. Mago is out. Delilah is out. Aaron, Carnaxa, Clea, and Dr. Doom are the only, and Brother Voodoo are the only ones left.
Yeah.
So we're down to 5.
Okay.
And you...
Aaron, Carnaxa, Clea, and Dr. Doom. That's 4. Is there a 5th?
Aaron, Carnaxa, Clea, Dr. Doom, Brother Voodoo.
Got it.
So that's 5.
Okay. Got it.
So while you guys, you were all in a fight with somebody. Oh, you almost got in a fight with Dr. Doom, because Carnaxa said some stuff. And then you went back when you told Clea what was going on. She prioritized your visions over anything. What did you get, Aaron?
Well, it depends. Do I get any bonus for having seen what I've seen as far as people trying to destroy realms?
Well, did you not make it otherwise?
No.
Yeah. I even without that, I would still say that's a good argument, and I would give you a +2. So do you make it now?
Yeah, I get a green.
Okay. So you go over there, and since you know there is something supposed to be here, you peer in and you keep looking. It takes you a couple hours to do this. So you guys are about a third of the way through the day 7. And you, as you're peering into here, you see that there is a little fragment of what looks to be space. And it is separated from everything else, and is distinct, and it's filled with stars, and there is immense power coming off of it. It doesn't seem to be alive.
Okay.
While that is going on, Benny, you go in and you contact your alternate self, right?
Yeah, the Dream Dweller.
The Dream Dweller?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what happens. Tell me what you're trying to do.
So I probably do solicit Clea's help on this one. And I probably say, I don't know whether it's like a pull me out, but I ask her, and she would know. this dream of Doctor Strange, the words that I couldn't understand, the dream dweller would have access to my dreams and portents.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So then,
he can force you to dream the same dream in the dream dimension.
yeah. So I say what I'm about to do is really dangerous, but I think Doctor Strange would want me to do this. And I go and unless Clea vetoes it, I'm going to go into the dream world and solicit help from my brother.
All right, Clea says we need to know what Doctor Strange is saying, especially if you're seeing his astral form. He could still be alive. Of sort. Do it. I will protect you in any way I can. I'll come with you. And she opens up a splice. She forces open a splice in the realm, which releases lucid dreams into the world.
I do let Vulcan know we're about to do something very dangerous.
Yeah, it causes sections of this main reality to become dream.
Might be a good thing, honestly. They're not doing a lot with it right now.
Yeah, and you come through it, and you see the dream dweller, and he says, "Oh, brother! It's good to see you." As his face melts away like a Roald Dahl clock.
Yeah.
And he just laughs. He's like, that's just, it just never stays in place. You know how it is. And he slides it back up.
I have a favor to ask of you, brother.
Well.
I have come to bargain.
He says, hold on. And he reaches into his pocket and he takes out a set of D100s. And goes over. He pulls out a couple, like a strange blue, white, green, yellow, and red table.
Yeah.
And says,
sure.
Pick a number between 1 and 19.
1 and 19. Oh.
As he rattles the dice in his hands.
There's only one way to do this properly. 4.
He says, "Oh, good pick. I thought you had some foreknowledge of things, and so I mixed it up on you, but well done. I'll help you." What do you need?
I have had a dream, recurring. I would know what was said to me in my dream.
Well,
but it is beyond my reach.
Go to sleep. I'll help you get there. I can be your psychopomp.
Oh. What are friends? What are brothers for?
Brotherly things.
Yes. And I think he with Clea guiding him, let's go to sleep.
Okay. She
sleep.
casts sleep on you. Plunk.
Yeah.
And because it's a little uncomfortable probably to fall asleep here. And as you begin to dream, you see the dream dweller, who is this colorful figure, right? He wears these garish, multicolored clothes, somewhat gesture-like in appearance, but also tight and form-fitting in places, and then puffy in random places, like around the belly or something. You know, he doesn't wear a hat or anything. He has a long, messy mop of hair that looks the same color as yours, and he has your face, obviously, but it the eyes roll off in random directions and they disappear, and then he's always blurry, like you're trying to see features of a dream.
Yeah, sure.
And he kind of holds up a lantern and starts walking forward. And what would you like to do?
I follow him. Of course.
Okay, so you start following him, and he says, "Okay, This is your stop. And he gestures off the side. And you look down and there's a giant cliff to like a very large black circular hole. And as you look around, you're on top of a mountain in a Tibetan monastery.
Yeah. Would you like me to jump?
He doesn't say anything. He just gestures. He says, I don't know. I just take the lead. I don't know where I'm going. Dreams are funny like that. But you always end up where you need to be.
You know, you really turned out all right.
Thank you.
And I jump in. I jumped out into the pit.
He smiles and he goes, wow, did not believe he would trust me on that one. As he drops the lantern in after you and turns around and walks away. So as you plummet down into the darkness, all you see is blackness, and you have that feeling of one of those dreams where you're falling, right? And as you fall, you see a blue ghostly figure appear. And Doctor Strange comes over to you and he whispers, he says, and you can't make him out, and he goes, Benny.
Yeah.
And when you say yes, and you're like, I can hear him, that realization dawns in your mind, and he says, Benny, this is not just a test by the Vishanti. This is a warning.
Yes.
It's you and Clea have discovered the truth. It's a war, and he disappears.
He says, okay, so the exact phrase is, you, Clea, and I have discovered the truth.
It's a warning. This is not just a test by the Vishanti. It's a warning.
Yeah. Got it. Do I wake up? Do I return? Do I keep falling?
You fall, and then you see the ground coming, and you're like, you brace for the impact, and then you wake up. And as you wake up, Clea is struggling to blast through some vines that are grown up, and you're in like a deep mangrove swamp, sitting in a damp pool of water. And she says, we're stuck, and we're lost in this dream dimension. Hurry, we have to escape. No matter what the cost is, I fear what he's doing out there.
Out there?
Yes, we made a rupture and he held it open.
Oh, he's in the prime plane?
Yes. Come on, Benny, quickly. I've been trying to wake you.
Alright. Let's go. I cut the vines from her. I freed her.
Yeah, so as you like cut those vines away, she's like blasting them away. And she flies forward. You run after her. And then as you move forward, you like enter a savanna and you see lions running around, and then there's like elephants, and then like the savanna flips over and you're running on the underside of a bridge, and the cars and then the cars like swirl around as the bridge twists like a pretzel, and they're just like.
You know what's crazy that I dreamed about cars? It was the Renaissance age when the planet exploded.
Yeah. Clea just looks at you and is like, is that really the thing you need to bring up? And she says, you know what, Benny, this is a good point. You let a planet explode. I put a lot of trust in you, and everybody died.
Well, wouldn't be the first time.
You need to do
better. But the point is, you gotta keep fighting.
That's not the only thing. If you can't get some results, then you can't be trusted.
Sure.
Your capabilities matter as much as your effort. Without one, you're not going to get the other.
Well, let's just focus on fixing one of my other problems, eh?
Yes. Well, what did you learn? And do you fill her in as you traverse through the dream dimensions?
Yeah, the whole story. Yeah, I assumed she had already known, but...
Well, you were asleep. She didn't know.
Oh, what did I learn from Doctor Strange? Yeah.
So as you shoot forward, you all see him, and he looks at you and he says, well, this is very unfortunate. I guess it was a good run. As he smiles at you.
Yeah.
And as he says that, Clea goes, damn it. He betrayed us, Benny. They betrayed us. And you look over, and you see these spindly-like cracks moving through your dimension from the warp tunnel that is between yours and Karnax's realm.
Oh.
And the first thing that you see right there is the god dimension. As the cracks continue, they're going fairly slow, but Clea moves forward to see if she can do anything to stop it, and you see the god dimension get hit, and it goes, and it shatters, and everything inside of it is gone.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going.
Except
Vulcan spills out because he's not from that dimension.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going and going and going, and then it hits the dream dimension, and Clea starts to cast.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I have one idea. I have a wicked, scary sword.
She says, I can hold the breakdown of our dimension, but not for long. As it starts to crack in, and you see the dream dweller, his face cracks in half, and he falls over, and he goes, brother, and he reaches one hand out, and he takes your hand, and he shakes it, very formally, and he says, it was good to meet you, and he shatters.
Yeah. I'm going to sever the wormhole. I'm gonna take my sword and basically, because I know it can cut rips in dimensions. So I'm gonna rip the wormhole from us.
Okay, so you rush over there and you swing it in as hard as you can. As it does, it cracks uselessly off of the outer barrier of the dimension. You can cut between realms without issue within the dimension, remember?
Yeah.
But the boundary between the dimension can even hold out powerful sorcerers.
So I would need magic to...
You're going to need powerful blows repeatedly. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. So then
the only thing we can do, if you don't have another idea, the only hope you have is to take care of the wizard casting the spell.
Is he in the dimension?
He's in his dimension.
Yeah.
We're connected.
Alright.
That's how we came to their aid against Dr. Doom.
Alright, cool. I'm coming through.
Okay,
and I tell Vulcan to continue to hammer it at the wormhole as a last ditch effort.
Okay.
If I don't make it, you have to destroy it.
He's doing everything he can. Actually, you know what? He goes, looks at you and he says, "Why should we? Now even those people that I was beginning to care for are gone." And he's gonna make a psyche roll, and then you roll personality.
Yeah. Benny's.
What's your psyche?
Well, 11's a white on almost any measure.
What's your psyche, though? I mean, you're rolling a personality to convince Vulcan, and I need to know your psyche.
My psyche's remarkable.
Okay, so his is, yes, he got a white, too, because he's pretty depressed by everything. So you, make your argument.
I don't think I have time. I think an 11 means I'm dives through the portal.
Okay, you look over at him, and he just says, "Why? Why should I?" And he just sits there at the edge of the world watching it.
Because there are other dimensions around here too.
And he looks out, sees the hell dimension.
I know. I mean, what I mean is other universes is what I meant to say. Like there are other universes, and some of them are still whole.
He looks at you and doesn't do anything. But,
that's fine. I'm going.
But for a second, you see like a little bit of a firelight in his eyes. I hope.
Yeah. If I don't get to. Yeah.
Okay, so you cross over into the other realm. You have 4 rounds.
Yep.
As you cross into the other realm, you see Carnaxa there. He is placing some sort of crystal in down, and a force field appears around it, and he levitates out, and he says, "Oh, I didn't expect any of you to be quite clever enough to make it over here, or at least Clea would have, I suppose. She's decent enough."
I want to know.
How did you sense this?
I want to know what the
Pin.
new audio.
Yep, I switched.
I'd like to know about Carnaxus because we've ostensibly been working together.
Carnax. What?
Huh?
Go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
Carnaxa is Aaron's master. He's
an Atlantean.
He's a blue-skinned Atlantean. He's a bit arrogant. He believes Atlantean magic is the best magic. He is a bit believes that Atlanteans are better than others.
Yeah.
He is an order mage, but he has been treating this whole thing as a game of a competition. And as you know, he's been doing some quite morally unacceptable things.
Yeah. I have one other question. What do I know about his physical capabilities?
Not great. He is far sturdier than any normal human because he's an Atlantean and has the ability to survive the crushing depths. But they are not great. Pangea, on the other hand, is his bodyguard, and all of those superhuman demigod mixes are quite powerful as well.
Yep. Okay, so here's the game plan. I need your confirmation this works as written. Because it says different things differently. I have martial arts D.
Yep.
Right? Martial arts D says if I study something for 2 rounds, I can ignore body armor. And then the original wording was I could ignore a force field for a single round.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So my thoughts are either I just wail on him for 4 rounds. Unlikely given the strength of a force field. Resetting every turn. Very challenging. So I think Benny's going to do the Ronin thing. And we're going to talk for 2 rounds. Or he's going to try.
Okay.
And the first thing he's going to do is...
None of them are going to move against you, so they'll talk.
Yeah. And I say, Carnaxus, I bring a message from Stephen Strange.
Oh. He's dead.
He brings his astral forms, brought me a message.
Ah, well, that should get cleared up soon, or he'll dissolve.
This has discovered the truth. It's a warning. All these universes are real. Everything happening here is real. You can see for yourself the substance Clea discovered and would show you if you would but spare us.
He looks at you and he says... He looks curious and he says, "What do you mean? How are they real? Not even the Vishanti have the power to create
These are shards of eternity. Clea discovered it. It has been confirmed by a message from Stephen Strange. What we do here is reality, as equal as the prime realities. I've learned that the hard way."
Well, interesting. He looks around and goes, "Seems as though I was taking this a bit too lightly."
Yes.
Well,
Would you...
It matters not in the grand scheme of things. These these shards of eternity, they will not be left here. The Vishanti would not risk their power falling into the hands of Dr. Doom.
Yes, it is a warning. Think about what he must be warning us.
the Vishanti or they? Just
Yeah. But
there's
they must
three
be
of them.
warning us. Please, do not wreak more havoc on the dimension. We are at your mercy.
I have no intention to do anything but witness. I've gone too far, and though I have some regret over my actions, it is more important that our realm has a powerful Sorcerer Supreme. One that is willing to do the things that Doctor Strange would not.
I want to make a roll that's kind of awkward here to do, but I have the trivia superheroes talent. And I need to make some kind of call as to whether Carnaxus would be a good Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay, trivia superheroes wouldn't work. That's just a judgment call on your as Benny Best's.
Yeah.
Your impression of him is that he is technically an order mage. He is pretty cutthroat in general. But he wouldn't. He does seem fairly genuine in his concerns over the dimension. And he's, as all of the Master Wizards are, they're very confident in their abilities.
Sure. So I think Benny says...
Your question is, I mean, you know who's left. Do you think he's a better option than Clea, Aaron, or Dr. Doom?
Yeah.
Or Brother Voodoo?
Yeah. And so I think what Benny says is, very well. Let us make a pact then. Instead of destroying our dimension now, let us fight Dr. Doom together.
This is the final day. You may not even get to challenge Doom.
Not if you destroy us.
No, I think this is too late. I have shown my hand. This was my plan all along, and I shall complete it.
Alright, so then if it's been
2 rounds.
I think then he says, yeah, very well. And it's like the spring forward with the sword.
He says, excellent, let the strongest side win. As this should have been the whole time.
Yeah. And so it's just the Ronin strike. I know I have basically this one flurry of attacks. I haven't spent any karma, so I have a lot to spend.
Okay, roll initiative against Pangea.
Yeah, who's gonna come up to intercept me?
Yep.
I had to decide on what to spend karma on here. It's pretty critical.
He has heat aura around him, and his armor skin will not be any problem for your sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
And I will say your weakness, the force field, applies for one.
Yeah, it's 1 round.
For the 1 round, yeah. I think of the 1 round.
Yeah. So, basically, this is me getting to him.
What's your intuition?
My intuition's only good.
His is only good, so you guys tie. We will, and you roll the exact same. We both roll the exact same number, so we will just do a roll off. Higher number wins. Oh no! That's you, Vinny.
Alright. Which is like I think it's a thing where he's a sword master, so he goes from not drawn at all to just like out and charging, right? With the attempt of like closing and lethal strikes.
Yeah, and so and Pangea steps in front of you and goes like this, and he starts to throw boulders at you, and you just kind of like do that as you're drawing the sword. You go and like sidestep twice and slide through the boulders, and you're past him as he like turns around in shock. He's like, no.
Yeah, and then it's just like sword impact with the weak point of the force field.
Yeah, and it slices through it easily, dissipating the force field.
Yeah.
And he looks in shock.
Yeah, and then it's 2 attacks.
Yep.
It's the thing. I think I'm gonna spend karma on this 2 attacks because I haven't spent karma on anything. I don't know whether you can.
I think the 2 attacks you can't spend on.
Okay, so then it's. Well, no, my fighting's really good.
Yeah, what's your normal fighting?
Okay, so it's amazing. Then up 2 for sword master.
Your normal fighting is amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's spectacular. 53 gets you a yellow.
Yeah, but I didn't roll a 53. I rolled a 49.
Yeah, that's a 53 right there. Before the 70. That was the roll off. That was the roll off. You rolled a. Yeah, you got a green. 1 attack.
Yep. All right, here it is. Dropping all the ranks. Very quickly. There's no spell disruption thing that I see that I can do. Instead. Like if
the spell is obviously being emanated from that crystal that is actually trapped inside of a force field.
Yeah.
Behind him.
Yeah. So, the same force field or a different?
It's a different force field.
Oh. Crap. All right, that is checkmate because I can't break the force field and break the crystal in 1 attack.
Well, if you hurt him pretty bad, you could make him see if he can maintain the force field.
Yeah.
Because the spell that is causing your dimension to break down is from the crystal. He's holding up the force field.
Got it. Yeah. Well, dropping all the ranks, and will be spending karma on this. There's no point in defense right now.
Okay, he got a 70 on excellence, so that's a green.
Sure, I will spend karma if needed, because the dice don't want me to win today. So 28 is a green already.
Yeah. So he twists off to the side as you cut into him, and it cuts into his side. He's like, grimaces.
Yeah. It is +3 stacks of damage, so and ignores body armor.
We'll say if you do half of his damage, health here, in a single blow, or no, we'll say if you can do 40% or more of his health here in a single blow, he will make a roll.
Yeah.
No, we'll make it a third. We'll make it a third even.
Okay. Well, the damage is fantastic +3, so it goes up to
incredible.
Amazing.
Uncanny, amazing, half, 25. That is 25% of his 100 hit points.
Yep.
Okay.
Not enough.
So he goes, and then he turns to you and he blasts at you. And roll to dodge. That's a green. And Pangea throws boulders at you.
Yeah. Alright. Oh wow, I did get to red. That's cool. Against his blast.
Does your force field speed come up at the end of the round, right? Is that what we've always done?
But like when it's your turn, so.
Oh wait! Did you get red on the -6 ranks?
No. Then it's wait. No, I had yellows.
Okay.
Yellow and then a white.
So the first one, you step underneath of it, dodging the blast, swing your sword, but he moves with surprising speed for this old elderly man, and backs up and kind of catches your thing on his staff and pushes it away. Then Pangea throws boulders at your back, and they boom slam into you as he gets back between you and Karnaxa, and it does 60 points of damage.
Okay. Reduced by body armor, 40. Yep.
So what's your base damage at? Just curious.
35. Pretty low.
35. You're remarkable.
No, it's 40 because he has the sword.
Oh, gotcha. So incredible. So if he dropped ranks, wouldn't that have done sensational, which would have been 35 damage?
He would have went up 3 ranks from incredible.
Count the sword bonus. I didn't count the sword bonus. I went 3 up from fantastic.
3 would have been 30 damage, and he would have still been okay.
Not 1/3. Yeah.
You need to go out. You had to have been spectacular to do half.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said 30%.
I said
or a third.
A third, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I tried.
Yeah.
I started at 40%, and I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, Benny's done for it. It's fine. So.
Unless you can break that crystal shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but it wouldn't matter because they'll just clean up Clea. But I think.
Well, I mean, Clea. Honestly, Clea's extremely powerful. So if you could free up Clea, this would be a favorable matchup, maybe for you guys.
Yeah. Right. Well, Benny at this point is going to keep swinging at. I have 1 round left, right? So I'm going to roll for 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Dang. Rip.
Yep.
The dice are not on your side.
Dice don't want it to happen. So that's it for Benny. I'm going to swing out with all his might again.
So you rush forward, and then Garnaxa dodges out of the way, but he doesn't realize you're not going for him, and you throw the best swing in your life, and as it strikes the force field, you see it go crack for a second.
Yep.
And then there's you feel a surge of magical energy, but you're like, and there's like a bluish glow coming from it, and you feel like a second set of hands start to form around yours, and it erupts with eldritch magic, and shatters the force field, which shoots forward towards the crystal, which stops just short as you feel like the magics around the sword have erupted, but they blast you and throw up a wall in front of you and push you back as you look back and you disappear.
Yep. All done. So. Oh well.
Damn, well there goes my hopeful ally against Dr. Doom.
Yeah. And he's only good at one thing, which is living.
Surviving everything.
And anything else.
But there you go. You all you are there, and Aaron, what you see is you see Clea sitting there trying to hold her dimension together as it breaks. No attackers.
Yep. All right. Well, so I'm in my dimension. I just found my little shard of the universe.
Yep. About an hour or two later, Pangea comes to you and asks you if you would like to team up with your master, Karnaxa.
I say
against Dr. Doom.
I will go hunt Dr. Doom with you.
Okay. Okay. The two of you make an alliance and cast a couple spells to communicate. And there's a tense standoff for a little while. It winds down towards the end of the day. the four of you against Dr. Doom and Victorious. Are you guys wanting to make an attack?
So we're victorious against Dr. Doom?
Carnaxa and Pangea against, and Autopsy and Aaron against Dr. Doom. Do you guys want to make an attack?
Do we want to attack Dr. Doom?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's just us three, right?
I mean, if it doesn't come down to a fight, then you don't know what'll happen yet, but...
Yeah, so
There was no mandate to battle.
Okay, then, yeah, I don't hunt down Dr. Doom, but I stand... How close is Carnaxa and my...
There's a decent distance between it.
Gotcha. So, like, if by the time combat is over, it would be... There's no hope of getting there.
Yeah. While you were speaking to Pangea, Brother Voodoo is eliminated by Dr. Doom.
How much time is left?
About 5 hours.
So basically Dr. Doom has enough time to get to one more place.
Yes.
Well... Do I know where Dr. Voodoo's dimension was?
No.
Okay. Well... And Dr. Voodoo wasn't one that, Dr. Doom had a little want to kick him out specifically, right?
No, he was just an order mage. Yeah.
He's just going place by place to blow people up.
Yeah. He didn't murder Brother Voodoo either. He is alive.
All right. Well, then I tell him that I need to be present because there's no telling where Dr. Doom will show up, and if either of our realms are undefended, that's it. So
Unless you guys make an attack and he's not there. Autopsy says that for you.
No, the purpose is to keep my realm alive. Unfortunately, we've already lost the people. I need to give the rest of the creatures that exist within these dimensions as much time as I can.
Okay. Do you guys reform the Earth planet? What would you like to do on your dimension?
So, I mean, if there's a way to reverse the destruction, I will. But I don't know if reforming the Earth will do anything. Like, I don't want to.
Well, you reform it, and you can plant plants on there, and that's about it. It gets water and earth and plants again, but there are no animals or people.
So I will, but I'm also going to reinforce whatever I can in that time, just in case.
Okay. And then towards the last hours, roll a D100, the last hour. High and low. Carnaxa and Pangea have sent you a message through the link you guys have built. Carnaxa had built that wormhole before, so he has a way to send like a... You can't build that. There's too much time and not enough, too distant. So, but he does find a way to send you a message between dimensions.
What does it say?
He says, come quickly, we are under attack.
I peek out to see if I can see the realm or Dr. Doom or anything.
Nobody is around yours.
And I can't see in the general direction of Doom's and Carnax's.
Dr. Doom's is not far from yours. And you don't see anybody there?
Okay. I'm assuming that was a one-way message, right?
You can send a return message. It's 25-word limit.
Yeah, it's just like I can't get there in time. Combat's gonna be over by the time it matters.
It'll be close, yeah. I mean, yeah, it would likely be over.
Well, I leave autopsy, and I tell him if push comes to shove to break out Ileana, and I ask Ileana if she's accepting of that.
Yeah, sure. I can try to fight the shadow monsters for a section of the world.
Okay. So.
And
yeah,
you sort of pinned autopsies people up with like some sort of magical shield in one corner of the main dimension. So it's kind of leaky, but it does the job.
Okay, so gotcha.
He's not bound anymore, but that's how you keep the shadow monsters from destroying your newly found planet.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay. As you fly there as quickly as you can, you see a large number of guard bots, the purple and red Doom soldiers, in your way. And then you see Victorious battling against Carnaxa and Pangea outside the dimension. And they're superhumans fighting, their super god, demon, human mix fighting the robots.
And Dr. Doom's nowhere to be seen.
He is not.
I say, where is Doom?
So you shout that over top of the army in front of you. The Victorious says nothing, and Carnaxa says, I don't know. I haven't seen him. His army has given us enough difficulties. Though it looks as though we'll overcome as soon as we can defeat her.
I blast one time at her and then I fly back to my realm.
Okay. It shoots forward. Make an attack roll.
I'll spend karma to help him a little.
Okay. She turns and blasts through your blast, and that's like an opening. Pangea decks her with a rock, and Carnaxa blasts her. You see, there's like a crack in her dimension, and some of the robots are coming through. As you fly back, you see Dr. Doom approaching your dimension.
I say, halt, Doom.
He looks over you and says, Aaron, just the one I wanted to see. You see magical energy form up in his hands, and he says, do you have it? Have you been able to extract it?
I haven't wanted to.
My machines have finally finished its work. This is interesting. You know what it is, don't you?
I mean, do I?
I don't know. Do you think Aaron would know?
So, I think Aaron doesn't know that it's a piece of eternity itself. So, it's the essence of existence.
He says, yes. You're correct, but not ours. These small dimensions are a duplicate of all the true worlds outside. These things, these small microcosms of a very dimensions of which we inhabit are nothing more but the dead fragments of another reality.
So, another's reality has met a terrible fate, and we're living in its body.
Yes. Something has destroyed the very essence of another reality. But it's more than that. Your foolish guardian destroyed one of my devices. But before I came through, I was able to get this. And he raises his hand. And you see a projection appear. And it shows a bunch of wave-like patterns, but none of them match. He has about 5 of these. Do you understand?
I'm afraid I don't.
Of course not. I expected too much from you.
I mean, Aaron's not a super genius. He's just a really he's a professor level.
I know.
He's excellent.
Dr. Doom was setting you up for his own ego.
Oh, okay.
He says these are the dimensional harmonies, you could say. Each realm produces a beautiful music of its own. They're all different. This is not one eternity.
How many contestants were there again?
16.
So these are the remains of 16 eternities.
Small fragments of 16 different dead realities. Something is destroying all of the realities. And at that there's like a light chime of a bell. Ding 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 ding. And the 3 of you are brought back in. And Karnax is there, Dr. Doom is there, and Aaron is there. And the Vishanti say, we have 3 final contestants for the Sorcerer Supreme. We shall deliberate on who the winner will be. And they leave you 3 here with the rest of the group. You see Baron Mordo, dead body over there. You see everybody else standing around for the most part. Some of them have left at this point, but some of them are still there.
Including the helpers or just the wizards?
And I'm gonna let Jimmy roll this for you. D100, okay? So, low.
It hasn't been my night.
Low is Dr. Doom. Mid-low is Karnaxa. Mid-high, Aaron. Very high, special result.
Alright. Oh.
So they're 25
I'm really
breakdown.
scared.
I'm getting stressed, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm mad that I'm rolling for this. Alright. Here goes nothing.
I'm cold in my toes. Oh no!
Redo. Throw out the first one.
They reappear and they say, we were the Vishanti, the 3 of the 3 known as the Vishanti, the 3 of us. Those known by you as Ashtar, Agamotto, and what's the last one? Why can't I remember? Vishanti, Ashtar, Agamotto, and Hogarth?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hogarth. We known to be famed beyond all spheres, have selected the Sorcerer Supreme for untold time. And today, we have based our selection upon what we believe to have been the greatest of the Earth Sorcerer Supremes. The one known to you as Doctor Strange. Everybody's like, what are they talking about? And as such, the one to have saved his dimension the best has been deemed the winner. We name you, the one known to these that stand here, as Dr. Doom, the new Sorcerer Supreme of the Earth Dimension. You would do well to preserve it and the inhabitants there within. And they disappear. And Dr. Doom, you see the corners of his steel mask turn up and smile as he looks out at you all, and then you all disappear. There we go, that's the end.
Jimmy, why are you letting Jimmy's roles be